attention to the vibration you are feeling right now, because what you are experiencing is not a glitch in your nervous system, nor is it the result of anxiety or past trauma replaying itself. That heaviness that sits on your chest without a medical cause, those sudden awakenings at 3 a.m. with a sense of urgency, and that persistent nagging feeling that something is fundamentally wrong, even when everyone around you is smiling, you need to know, right here and right now, that you have been 100% right the entire time. That inner voice, the one that is quiet yet relentless, warning you about a specific individual in your circle, was not paranoia. It was the intelligence of heaven operating in your favor. It was your spirit detecting a counterfeit frequency that your logical mind tried to excuse. You are not imagining the friction. You are detecting a spiritual mismatch that is dangerous to your destiny. We often doubt our discernment because we have been conditioned to be nice, to overlook red flags in the name of keeping the peace. But there is a profound difference between being peaceful and being unprotected. As you stand on the precipice of a new season, understanding how to protect your energy and expand without fear is vital. This is why I always recommend the 3 Keys to a Prosperous Life. It is not just a book. It is a complete trilogy designed to be the map you have been looking for. It provides a practical, grounded guide for chosen ones to finally awaken to who they really are, to heal those invisible traumas that keep you doubting your intuition, and to expand with stability. It teaches you how to receive, sustain, and multiply your blessings without that lingering sense of guilt or fear of sabotage. Whether you prefer the e-book to read in quiet contemplation or the audiobook to listen to while you move through your day, this resource is the seal of confirmation for your growth. You can find the link to this life-changing trilogy in the pinned comment or the description below. If you feel ready to stop surviving and start governing your reality, I invite you to explore it. Returning to this urgent matter of discernment, understand that your stability is exactly what this person is targeting. The person you are thinking of right now, yes, that specific face that flashed in your mind, is not who they project themselves to be. Their social mask is impeccable, polished by years of practice, but the spiritual foundation is rotting. You have felt it. You have noticed that when you share good news, there is a microsecond of delay in their reaction, a shadow that passes over their eyes before the smile forms. That is not just awkwardness. That is the spirit of envy struggling to conceal itself. They speak of peace, but their hidden agenda is control. They seek proximity to you, not to elevate you, but to monitor your ascension. They are gathering intelligence on your dreams, your weaknesses, and your plans, not to support them, but to find the leverage point where they can insert a wedge of sabotage. If this message is validating a feeling you have carried in silence, please take a moment to like this video. It signals to the universe that you are awake and listening, and it helps this warning reach other chosen ones who are currently sleepwalking into a trap. The danger here is that this person operates under the guise of benevolence. The enemy rarely attacks the chosen with a frontal assault. He sends a friend who carries a dagger wrapped in a compliment. This individual uses flattery as a disarmament strategy. They have learned to mirror your emotions, to reflect your empathy back to you, creating a false sense of resonance. You feel like you have met a kindred spirit, but in reality, you have met a spiritual chameleon. They are mimicking your light because they have none of their own to sustain them. This is why you feel drained after interacting with them. It is not just introversion, it is a spiritual transaction where you are the donor and they are the parasite. The Lord is saying enough, not because you are weak, but because you are too valuable to be contaminated by this profane mixture. This is a graduation test. If you can discern the wolf when it is wearing the wool, you are ready for the authority that is waiting for you. Consider the dreams you have been having. The subconscious mind, when aligned with the Holy Spirit, often reveals the true nature of people when our conscious defenses are down. Have you dreamed of them chasing you, or perhaps standing in a dark corner of your house, or stealing something from you? These are not random firing neurons. These are distinct intel reports from the spiritual realm. The tension you feel in the air when they enter a room is the friction between your anointing and their assignment. Light and darkness cannot occupy the same space without conflict. You have been trying to resolve this conflict by dimming your light to make them comfortable, by over-explaining yourself, by giving them chances they did not earn. But you must realize that you cannot love a demon out of a person who has invited it in. You cannot fix a character flaw that is being used as a strategic weapon against your destiny. If you are realizing now that you have been overly generous with your loyalty, type "I choose discernment" in the comments. Let this be your declaration that the season of blind trust is over and the season of wisdom has begun. There is a deeper layer to this deception that you must be aware of. Often, the person in front of you is being influenced by a secondary source. There is a hidden influence, possibly a figure in the background, a Jezebel spirit or a whispering voice that is feeding this person lies about you, stoking their jealousy and encouraging the betrayal. You may not even see this third party, but the friction you feel is the result of conversations that have happened behind closed doors. Words of curse have been spoken, and alliances of betrayal have been formed in secret. But here is the divine reassurance. The Lord, the mighty one in battle, has issued a decree of exposure. Nothing hidden will remain specifically concealed. The light is currently invading the dark crevices of their intentions, which is why their behavior has become erratic lately. They can sense your spirit pulling away, and they are panicking because they are losing their power source. This is the moment for surgical removal. You do not need a dramatic confrontation. You do not need to present them with a list of their offenses because they already know what they are doing. Gaslighting is their native language. If you confront them, they will only twist your words to make you question your sanity again. Instead, the Lord is creating a silent, precise escape route for you. Think of the story of Haman in the scriptures. The very gallows he constructed for Mordecai became the instrument of his own end. The trap this person has set for you, the gossip they are spreading, the reputation they are trying to tarnish, will boomerang back to them with mathematical precision. You do not need to lift a finger in revenge. Your vindication is built into their betrayal. As we continue to unravel this, consider subscribing to the channel. We are building a fortress of wisdom here, a community of those who refuse to be victims of the unseen war. Join us, and let's walk this path of revelation together. You must understand that cutting this tie is not cruelty. It is an act of preservation. It is maturity. You are carrying a vision that requires a sterile environment to incubate. You cannot birth a promise in a contaminated room. This person was never sent by God to go with you to the mountaintop. They were allowed as a test of your discernment at the base of the mountain. The test is now over. The time has expired. They are incompatible with the glory that is about to fall upon your life. If they were to enter this next season with you, their jealousy would turn into active destruction. God is protecting you from a collision you didn't see coming. So, how do you move? You move in silence. You adopt the strategy of the gray rock. You become uninteresting to them. You stop sharing your dreams, your wins, and your worries. You withdraw your energy gradually, so they do not even realize the access has been cut until you are already miles away in the spirit. Do not announce your departure. Let them think they still have access while you are locking the doors of your soul. The confusion you felt was actually witchcraft and psychic manipulation, and it breaks the moment you decide to align with the truth. The fog will lift. You will physically feel a weight come off your shoulders. There is a specific reason why this is happening now. The enemy knows you are close to a breakthrough. The intensity of the distraction is always proportional to the magnitude of the destiny. They were sent to waste your time, to keep you in cycles of emotional processing, so you wouldn't have the bandwidth to create, to build, and to lead. By reclaiming your focus, you are reclaiming your future. The betrayal hurts, yes. It is painful to realize that someone you cared for was using you. But let that pain be the catalyst for your awakening. Let it harden your resolve, not your heart. Use this experience to sharpen your discernment so that nothing like this can ever attach itself to you again. If you know someone who needs to hear this warning, share this message with them. You might be the vessel God uses to snap them out of a hypnotic spell of manipulation. Remember, the empty seat at your table is not a loss. It is a preparation for a higher caliber of connection. God removes the good to make room for the best. He removes the counterfeit to make room for the authentic. You are being positioned for authority, and that requires a circle of people who can handle the weight of your calling without crumbling under the weight of their own insecurity. The silence you offer this person now is your loudest answer. The absence of your reaction is your greatest victory. The Lord is fighting for you while you hold your peace. Walk forward, eyes front, without looking back at the burning bridge. It was meant to burn. Your path is forward, into the light, into the truth, and into the prosperity that has been waiting for you to finally be free. As you turn away from that fire, you may initially feel a strange sensation, not of immediate joy, but of disorientation. This is normal. You are experiencing the withdrawal symptoms of a high conflict cycle. Your nervous system has been acclimated to the adrenaline of defense, the cortisol of constant vigilance, and the dopamine spikes of intermittent validation. When peace finally arrives, it can feel suspicious. You might find yourself waiting for the other shoe to drop, scanning the horizon for a threat that is no longer there. This is the phantom limb syndrome of the soul. You have severed a connection that, although toxic, was a fundamental part of your daily equilibrium. Now you must recalibrate. You must teach your body that safety does not feel like boredom. Safety feels like stillness. This phase of recalibration is the most critical period of your journey. It is here, in the quiet vacuum left by their absence, that you will either build a fortress of wisdom or slide back into the familiarity of chaos. Most people return to the burning bridge, not because they love the fire, but because they do not know how to navigate the cold, clear air of freedom. They lack the architecture to sustain a life of peace. They have been fighting for so long that they do not know who they are without a sword in their hand. To ensure you do not regress, you need a blueprint. You need to understand the mechanics of how to reconstruct your reality from the inside out, establishing a foundation that no external storm can shake. This is precisely why I have structured the trilogy, The 3 Keys to a Prosperous Life. It is not just a collection of ideas. It is a practical, step-by-step map designed for the chosen who are ready to awaken to their true identity. This trilogy, available as both an e-book for deep study and an audiobook for immersive reprogramming, guides you through the essential process of clearing the invisible traumas that have held you back. It teaches you how to dissolve the subconscious blocks that repel abundance, and most importantly, how to expand your capacity to receive, sustain, and multiply your blessings without the guilt that has been programmed into you. You do not have to guess your way forward. You can access this wisdom right now by clicking the link in the pinned comment or the description below. It is time to stop surviving the war and start architecting the peace. With that foundation understood, let us examine what happens to your energy field when you finally enforce this boundary. The moment you go no contact or gray rock, you stop leaking energy. Think of your soul as a vessel. For years, this person drilled holes in your vessel through criticism, manipulation, and emotional demands. No matter how much light, prayer, or positivity you poured in, it drained out just as fast. You were perpetually exhausted because you were trying to fill a broken cup. Now that the holes are plugged, you will begin to accumulate power. This accumulation can feel intense. You might feel surges of creativity, sudden clarity, or even waves of grief. Let them flow. This is your spirit coming back online. You must be vigilant, however, because this newfound energy acts as a beacon. When your light begins to stabilize, it shines brighter. In the spiritual realm, a bright light attracts two things: those who need warmth and those who want to steal the fuel. As you walk this path of revelation, you will attract new people. Some will be sent by God to aid your ascent. These are your destiny helpers. They will bring peace, not confusion. They will offer reciprocity, not demands. But you may also attract a new grade of tester. The enemy does not give up easily. He simply changes tactics. If the overt narcissist didn't work, the next distraction might come wrapped in the guise of a victim who needs your saving. This is where your discernment must be razor sharp. You have just graduated from the School of Hard Knocks with a degree in spotting manipulation. Do not throw that education away. If you meet someone new who feels instantly familiar, like a soulmate you've known forever, pause. That familiarity is often not destiny. It is history repeating itself. It is your trauma recognizing a familiar pattern in a new face. True alignment often feels calm, slow, and steady. It grows like a tree. It does not explode like a firework. If you are finding value in this distinction, take a moment to like this video. It signals to the algorithm and to your own psychology that you are choosing wisdom over impulse. We must also address the narrative you tell yourself during this transition. The person you left behind will likely spin a story where you are the villain. They will project their own flaws onto you, telling mutual acquaintances that you are cold, heartless, or unstable. Let them. This is the hardest part for the empathic heart. Being misunderstood. You want to defend yourself, to show the text messages, to prove your innocence. Do not do it. Defense is a form of engagement. If you defend yourself, you are still playing their game. You are still valuing their opinion of you over God's opinion of you. The truth does not need a defense attorney. It needs time. In time, their character will reveal itself to everyone, just as it revealed itself to you. Your silence is not weakness. It is the containment of your power. While you hold this silence, you must turn your focus inward to the inner child who was wounded by this betrayal. Why did you allow this person access for so long? What part of you believed that you had to earn love through suffering? Often, we tolerate toxic behavior because it mimics the environment we grew up in. If chaos was the currency of your childhood, peace feels like a foreign currency you don't know how to spend. You must forgive yourself for what you didn't know. You were doing the best you could with the level of awareness you had. Now, your awareness has expanded. You are breaking a generational curse. You are the one in your bloodline who said, "The abuse stops with me." That is a heavy burden, but it is also a glorious crown. As you navigate this, pay attention to your physical body. Trauma is not just a mental concept. It is stored in the fascia, the muscles, and the cells. You might experience physical release, shaking, crying, or sudden fatigue. This is the exorcism of the parasite's energy from your biology. Hydrate, rest, and move your body. You are physically detoxing from a person. Treat yourself with the same care you would if you were recovering from a serious illness, because in a very real sense, you are. You are recovering from a spiritual infection that targeted your destiny. There is a powerful spiritual principle at work here called the law of vacuum. The universe abhors a vacuum. By removing the counterfeit, you have created a massive empty space in your life. Do not rush to fill it with noise, distraction, or a rebound relationship. Keep the space open, sanctify it. This is the Holy of Holies in the temple of your life. It is in this empty space that God can finally download the instructions for your next season. The breakthrough you have been praying for, the business idea, the ministry, the artistic vision could not land before because the runway was cluttered with drama. Now the runway is clear. Look up. If you are sensing that a shift is happening in your life, type "I am ready for the new" in the comments. Let this be a declaration that you are done looking back. Let us go deeper into the concept of the gray rock. This is not just about behavior, it is about energetic neutrality. You can stop speaking to someone, but still be screaming at them in your mind. That is not freedom. True gray rock means you become emotionally non-reactive internally as well. When their name comes up, your pulse does not quicken. When you see a memory, you do not spiral. You view them as you would a stranger or a piece of furniture, without charge. This state takes practice. Every time your mind wanders back to what they did, gently shepherd your thoughts back to what I am building. You are the shepherd of your own mind. Do not let the wolves of rumination scatter your flock. This mental discipline is the precursor to the prosperity that awaits you. Prosperity is not just money, it is the flow of life force without obstruction. When you are tied to a person who operates in jealousy and lack, their poverty mindset acts as a restrictor plate on your own abundance. You may have noticed that while you were connected to them, your finances were stagnant or unexpected expenses kept arising. This is not a coincidence. Spiritual theft often manifests as financial loss. Now that the tie is cut, watch your resources. You may find that opportunities which were previously blocked suddenly open up. Deals that were stuck suddenly close. This is the fruit of alignment. However, you must be prepared to walk alone for a season. This is the wilderness phase. Every great leader, from Moses to David to Jesus, passed through the wilderness. It is the separation chamber where you are stripped of your dependency on man, so you can learn dependency on God. It can feel lonely, yes, but there is a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the glory of being alone. In solitude, you are restored. In solitude, you hear the voice that was drowned out by the noise of the crowd. Embrace this season. Do not try to shortcut it. The character required to sustain your destiny is forged in this fire. Consider the eagle. An eagle does not take flight lessons from a pigeon. If you're called to soar, you cannot continue to scratch around in the dirt with those who are content with crumbs. The person you released was a pigeon. They were comfortable on the ground. They resented your wings because your flight reminded them of their own refusal to fly. By leaving them, you are not just saving yourself, you are serving the natural order. You are returning to your habitat. The altitude is thin, the air is cold, but the view is limitless. This is where you belong. As you ascend, you will gain a panoramic view of your past. You will see the relationship not as a mistake, but as a necessary training ground. You learned how to set boundaries. You learned how to trust your intuition. You learned that your heart is valuable and must be guarded. These are lessons you could not have learned in a textbook. You had to live them. So, do not regret the time lost. God is a redeemer of time. He can accelerate your progress in 1 year to cover the ground of 10. The years the locusts have eaten will be restored, but only if you stop feeding the locusts. If this message is piercing the veil of confusion for you, consider sharing it with a community or a friend who is on a similar path. We are building a network of awakened minds here, and your participation helps weave that web of support. Now, let's address the flying monkeys. This is a term used in psychology to describe the people the narcissist recruits to do their bidding. They may come to you saying, "He is so sorry," or "She is really hurting, maybe you should just talk to her." These people are often well-meaning but deluded. They are under the same spell you just broke free from. Do not engage with the flying monkeys. Do not try to explain your side to them. Anything you say will be reported back to the source. Your response to them should be polite, vague, and firm. I wish them the best, but that chapter is closed. Repeat it like a broken record. You do not owe anyone an explanation for prioritizing your sanity. The closure you seek will not come from an apology. It will not come from them admitting they were wrong. They likely never will. Their ego structure cannot survive the admission of fault. Closure is a gift you give yourself. It is the moment you decide that your future is more interesting than your past. It is the act of taking the energy you were using to analyze their pathology and using it to analyze your own potential. What are you going to build? What legacy are you going to leave? The best revenge is not massive success. The best revenge is massive happiness. It is living a life so full and vibrant that they become a footnote in your biography, not the headline. You are entering a season of accelerated harvest. The seeds of kindness, patience, and love you sowed, even in the wrong soil, were seen by God. He does not mock the sower. He is transplanting those seeds into fertile ground. Expect unexpected favor. Expect doors to open that you didn't knock on. But to receive this, your hands must be open. You cannot catch a blessing with a clenched fist. Release the anger. Release the need for justice to look the way you think it should. Divine justice is far more precise and thorough than anything you could orchestrate. Let the dead bury their dead. That scripture is harsh, but it is necessary. It means let the dead systems, the dead relationships, and the dead patterns manage themselves. You are called to life. You are a carrier of the flame. If you stay in the graveyard too long, you will begin to smell like death. Shake off the dust, wash your face, anoint your head. There is a banquet being prepared for you in the presence of your enemies. They will watch you eat, but they cannot sit at the table. That is the ultimate victory. Not that they are destroyed, but that they are rendered irrelevant to your joy. As you integrate this reality, you will notice your language changing. You will stop talking about what happened and start talking about what is coming. You will stop identifying as a survivor and start identifying as a creator. The victim mindset asks, why is this happening to me? The victor mindset asks, what is this trying to teach me? Shifting that one question changes your entire biochemistry. It moves you from helplessness to agency. You are the protagonist of this movie, not the extra. The script is being rewritten right now, and you hold the pen. There is a mystery in the breaking. A seed must completely undo itself, must break its outer shell to become a tree. You have felt like you were breaking, but you were germinating. The darkness of the soil was not a tomb, it was a womb. The pressure you felt was necessary to crack the shell of your old identity. The person you were before this relationship could not carry the weight of the glory that is coming. You had to be dismantled to be reassembled with stronger materials. You are now reinforced with steel and gold. Remember the concept of pearls before swine. Do not cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them and then turn and tear you to pieces. Your dreams, your vulnerabilities, your intimate thoughts, these are your pearls. You gave them to someone who did not know the value of a jewel, so they treated it like a rock. Do not blame the swine for being swine. Blame yourself for mistaking them for jewelers. Now you know the difference. In the future, you will only display your treasures to those who have the loop of wisdom to appreciate their worth. This is not arrogance, it is stewardship. You are the custodian of your own soul. If you are feeling the weight of this truth, verify your subscription to the channel. We are walking this path daily, and I want to ensure you do not miss the next step in this unfolding revelation. Let's talk about the vacuum of intimacy. When you leave a trauma bond, you miss the intensity. Normal, healthy love can feel boring initially because it lacks the spikes of adrenaline. You might meet a kind, stable person and feel no spark. Be careful. That spark you are used to might actually be your trauma warning you of danger, which you misinterpreted as chemistry. You have to retrain your palate. You have to learn to acquire a taste for peace. Peace is not bland, it is rich, deep, and sustaining. It is the difference between a sugar rush and a nutritious meal. One makes you crash, the other builds muscle. Give yourself time to detox so you can taste the sweetness of stability. The enemy uses the weapon of isolation to make you feel like you are the only one going through this. That is a lie. There is a remnant of people all over the world who are waking up at this exact moment. They are cutting cords, leaving abusive systems, and reclaiming their sovereignty. You are part of a global movement of restoration. You are not a lone wolf. You are a leading lion. The roar you hear in your spirit is the sound of your tribe calling you home. Keep walking. You will find them. Or rather, as you become your true self, they will find you. Like attracts like. In this interim period, invest in your environment. Clean your house. Throw away gifts they gave you if those objects carry a negative charge. Your physical space is an extension of your mental space. If you are surrounded by clutter and remnants of the past, your mind will remain cluttered. Create a sanctuary, buy a new plant, paint a wall, change the sheets. These small acts of dominion over your physical reality send a powerful signal to your subconscious that a new era has begun. You are the king or queen of your domain. Rule it with intention. Also, be prepared for the Hoover. This is a term for when the toxic person tries to suck you back in, often months later. They might send a casual text, thinking of you, or